What about when you met Quincy Jones?
When I met Quincy, well, this is a wild story. I've never told this story. Now, the first time I spoke to Quincy, I was getting reprimanded.
Wow. So, what'd you do?
I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault.
Uh-oh, this is gonna be good.
Let's take a drink first. So, after Ordinary People blows up, Oprah is planning a thing called the Legends Ball, where she was gonna honor all the Black women that meant a lot to her. So she had like Aretha, Rosa Parks, Diane Carroll, Cicely Tyson, I think Toni Morrison, like all these, like just like the who's who of
the legends.
But exactly. She called it the Legends Ball, and she was planning this Legends Ball, and I got a call from my agent, and they were like, Oprah Winfrey wants to call you. And I'm like, okay, cool. I was excited. So Oprah calls me up, John, I'm planning this thing called the Legends Ball. And by the way, in my show, I always say, I'm glad I changed my name to John Legend, because otherwise I wouldn't have been invited to the Legends Ball. But she called me up, asked me to play at this event for like the luncheon during the day. And I believe we had the same agency at the time. And she was like, I'll talk to your agents and work it all out. And apparently my agency was like, decided they were gonna ask for everything from Oprah and like make it like it wasn't an honor and a privilege for me to be at this event. And, you know, she was still doing her talk show at the time. And if you appeared on her talk show, it could change your life.
Correct.
And so they were trying to like do all this negotiation and play hardball with Oprah for me to come and sing at this event, when I would have done it for free.
Right.
I would have been happy.
I paid my own way to go.
Exactly. I would have paid my own way to go, all of that. So it comes back to my team that Oprah was a little put off by the way my agency was playing hardball with her. And somehow Quincy got wind of this.
Uh-oh. I think she called Quincy on you, man.
Well, she's friends with Quincy, and I'm friends with him now. I'm friends with Oprah now, so we all good. But at the time, she's like, what's going on? And Quincy calls me up like, man, you need to talk to your people, because whatever they doing representing you, like,
it's not a good representation.
It's not a good representation. It's not a good look. You're messing up your relationship with somebody who is, you know, obviously could be very helpful in your career. And why? Like, because you're trying to get a little extra money and not think about the big picture. And I was so embarrassed, man. The first time I talked to Quincy Jones is him reprimanding me because my agent was trying to play hardball with Oprah. And so...
But he's being an agent.
Yeah, he's being an agent, but like when people are representing you, they're representing you.
Correct.
And that's why you got to be careful about who you let represent you.
Correct.
And so, you know, I learned that lesson. And also, like, I knew like it was an honor to play this event. And if he was representing me, really, he would have known that I would have been honored to play this event, and he didn't need to play hardball in this situation. There are times when you should play hardball, and there's other times when the opportunity is enough where you don't need to get paid cash for it, or you don't need something in return. The opportunity is enough.
Right. Is All of Me the greatest song you've ever written? I don't know. I think, you know, many people say All of Me. Some people say Ordinary People.
I actually like Ordinary People a little bit more as a song personally, but part of it's just sentimental because it was so early in my career and it meant so much to me even being where I am now that it's hard for me to imagine my career without it. And it laid the foundation for All of Me to work, because once people understood that, you know, man, John Legend, he gonna sit down at the piano.
Ordinary People created John Legend.
Yeah, exactly. It really, like, it set the table for everything else to happen after that. But All of Me by far is the biggest song of my career.
Yes.
It's one of the most popular songs of all, like literally of all time. Like when it comes to streaming, when it comes to all the
sold
the numbers.
over 40 million records worldwide. It's diamond, 14 times platinum.
Yeah.
All of Me dethroned Pharrell Williams' Happy on the Billboard Hot 100.
It's my only number one on the Hot 100. And it's truly still the #1 song. If you go to my, any of the streaming platforms, it's the #1 song that's played because it still means a lot to people, and they still play it at their weddings and their anniversaries, and whenever they want to dedicate something to somebody they love. All of me,
Right.
their go-to.
Because you told a story that you wrote that song for Quincy.
Yeah.
At the forgive me, but I was hoping, I was like, man, if I ever, hopefully I can recall all the stories that he's telling, because they're so good. And like I'm saying, I'm not so sure that people will know this if they haven't gone to a show. And I know they're not going to have the recall that I'm able to recall. But you wrote this story, All of Me, for Quincy. Tell me what the thought process was. What was going through your mind when you're like, I want to write a song for my wife?
Well, I was writing for my fiance at the time, and honestly, during that time, I'm like thinking about the fact that we're going to get married, and I wanted to write a song dedicated to her. And one day, my manager sent me this Billy Joel song called "She's Always a Woman," and she was like, "You should write a song like that for Chrissy." And I was like, "You're right." And I just started really just thinking about our relationship and what she means to me, and what makes our relationship special. And like I told you before, like some part of what makes our relationship special is that we're not exactly alike.
Yes.
And there's like a push and pull and a yin and yang situation. And the fact that we complement each other really well. And really all of me was born out of that idea that it's like, you're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. It's like a lot of push and pull in the lyric. And
those perfect imperfections.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of it's like about things that are kind of opposites coming together. And I think that's what makes it work, is people see their own relationship in the song, and it came from a really honest place about my own. And I always tell songwriters, part of what you have to do is be very personal, but also be very universal at the same time. And so like the songs that really land are the ones that come from such a real honest place.
Yes.
Very specific.
Yes.
But also have this universal appeal and applicability to everybody else's life. And so that's my best songs are the ones that have that personal side, specific side, but also are universal.
Right. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think anytime you're with somebody for a long time, you see everything.
Yes.
And that's the whole idea of the song, is like, you see everything, and nobody's perfect all the time. Everybody's got moments when they're not at their best. And when you are able to see that and still love that person, that's when you know you're in the right place. Yeah.
Yes. Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because we like to do something before two something.